Darling, let's recreate Patrick Ta's new looks without spending a dime. Going into our collection and just, we already have what Patrick Ta is putting out in the market. The pink blush, if you bought any pink blushes, you already have it. If you have any brown eyeshadows, you already have it. So this is exactly what Patrick Ta is putting on his Instagram right now to promote his new products. The new palette that he just dropped that has 2 blushes, 2 of them are pink. The 2 blushes that he has in his new pink palette are pink. One is just a little darker than the other, I believe. And then he has some shimmer toppers. We already have that also, darling. So let's recreate this look. Also, the lip. He just dropped this new red plumping lip gloss. I recreated it with drugstore stuff. We don't need to be spending all that money, especially right now. So the purpose of this video is is awareness of the times, awareness of what we're living in right now, which is economic. Something is happening with our economics, and girl math is not a thing we should follow at this moment. I'm not. I am watching what I'm spending. I am on a low buy, no buy. I will only buy things that I think are a new addition, an addition, something new, improving my collection, something that will give me something that I don't already have. So I'm being very picky about what I'm spending my money on, but I'm going to be recreating things that the brands are dropping, releasing with my existing makeup. I think that's such a fun thing to do. I always thought of that. I always think of that. Like when I see something new, I'm like, wait, don't I already have that? Let me check. So this is one of these. I've been thinking about creating these videos. This is the first one I actually sat down and actually did. So if you like this idea, give a like to this video and comment below. Let me know if you're interested in watching more of this kind of videos. So yeah, that's what I did today. We're creating Patrick Ta's current Instagram looks with what I have in my collection already. Not spending anything. He already gave us this stuff. He's just like re-promoting it, and I'm not spending my money on re-promote when I already have stuff in my collection. So here we go, darling. The pink look that Patrick Ta is all over his Instagram. The Patrick Ta current look, what the brand is doing right now. We did it without spending a dime. Let's get to applying this makeup. Starting off with foundation, and this is the number 200 in HAUS Labs, and I'm going to use Sephora number 64 foundation. This is a new brush. It's been out for a few months, but I really like it. Okay, now HAUS Labs, and this is in the... I love the HAUS Labs complexion products, but they need to improve their shades. Because both of these products, I love the formula and how it makes my skin feel and look, and it wears through the day fantastic. But I am not convinced that these are my colors. They are close, but I think they could be better. Like other brands have colors, shades that just match me a lot better. But until then, I still use them. Because somehow they're not super bad shades on me. Like okay, so this one is okay, let me see. Let me confirm that. Okay, so the foundation, this is 200. Now I feel that, I don't know, there's like it's a little rosy or something, like it doesn't, but but when I put the other stuff like blush and bronzer and all that, like it looks all right, but if I get close I can see that it's not so matching to my skin tone. Okay, so this is number 10, light golden, and this is fairly up there in the light category, and I think it's fine on me, but I would like it to be a little darker. But the thing is that I can go darker, but the undertone will not be golden. So that's why I had to stay with this. And I actually tried finding something more suitable, but there wasn't anything. I swatched several, and I had a girl at Sephora help me, and yeah, she also agreed that that's like the best one in the line. Okay, so I've put a little bit of concealer, and we're going to I'm gonna go back with concealer later on and also set it. Another Patrick Ta, we're starting with the Patrick Ta products, and this is the She Sculpted Duo Bronzers, cream and brush, and cream and powder. She Sculpted. Do the cream first. Okay, so now that the base is down, concealer and cream contour, I'm going to go into the next cream item. And this is where we're going to create the look that Patrick Ta has in his Instagram now, which is that pink look with the blushes being the focal point. Now Patrick has he just released a new palette, and it's got pink, like 2 pink blushes. Now I love blushes, and I really love this palette. This is the very first one he came out with, and this new one is just all pink. So I'm like, I already have that. So today's video, we are recreating Patrick's current look with his new products, but using older products, and mostly his products. So except for his foundation, I do not like his foundation, the one that comes in a compact like this. I don't like it. So I used HAUS Labs because I like this more. Although the shade I'm not too convinced with, but okay. So I'm gonna use the pink one in here, and I will swatch them. These look so much. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna. Now, the cream bronzer that I put on, I haven't finished with that yet. I just put a little bit on, and now I'm gonna go in with first. Okay, I'll go with the. This is called Baby Doll. This pink that I'm using, and it's very similar. So he said, woo, he said that his new one, he wants it to be put like almost under the eye, and actually he went with a fluffy brush. He used his new brush for blush, and it's fluffy like this. So I'm gonna use this one. Yep, very similar to what he has. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into the concealer and finish that up and set it. The reason why I go back to the concealer is because, like, I put 2 layers of concealer, is because I want to layer it. I want to layer it, and I feel that when it dries, when the first layer dries, you can, the second layer will just cover up your under eyes more. There we go. This is Marc Jacobs. You can use any setting powder that you have. This is one of my favorite ones. Okay. And just with a sponge. So that Bobbi Brown powder that I tested the other day, or like my other video, I like it, but then when I used it again over and over, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm liking that this is like, it's just too yellow. Let me just go back to the regular translucent, or like this color. So this powder is not in the market anymore because Marc Jacobs got out of the market, but he's coming back, and he might be, oh, let me just set this as well. He might be bringing something like this, and I think that this powder and the Givenchy are the only powders that I've liked, that I've tried and liked. Okay, so now the eyes are done. Now I'm gonna go back to the She Sculpted, and I'm gonna do okay, I'm gonna do this, and you know what, I'm gonna go back a little bit more on this because I do want Okay, now I'm gonna go with this one. This is a Morphe and Ariel brush, which I always use, or this collection I always use. And I'm using this brush. There's a flat angle and a narrow instead of this one, because this one is too big for, like, I like to concentrate my bronzers. I don't like to go all over my face with it. And now this one, and with the same one here. Okay, there we go. Now yeah, so I'm gonna actually put more of that. Let me see. No, I think it's fine for now. I like to go back and forth with adding things to my face, not just, okay, I'm doing the bronzer and then I'm done with that, I'm going into blush. I like to go back and forth because sometimes you just need, it's for a better application, a better result. Now back into the blush, to that pink one, and I'm going to add it over here. So we're doing that Patrick Ta's his current Instagram look that he is doing with his blushes, with his new palettes, his blush palette, which is all pink. Both of the blushes are pink. It's like a lighter pink and a darker pink. So when I saw that, I'm like, I already have this. I'm not getting that. Like, I can do that same look with what I have. So that's why I wanted to make this video, so that you can see. If you like it, get it. Like, it's a little different from this one. It's, instead of having 3 blushes, it has 2 blushes, both pink, but different tones of pink, I believe. And as per the video, the pictures, and it has 4 toppers, like eyeshadow toppers. I don't know if they're eyeshadow toppers or highlighter toppers. I don't know. He didn't really specify, but we're going to be using something similar to that. So with his yeah, I'm going to use this one for the powder. So with his, when he went into the powder, he did this, and then he went like close to his eyes. He said he wanted the pink blush to be applied under the eyes, and he went like completely under the eye. Okay, so I lowered the lights a little bit. Hopefully you can see the colors a lot better. This is the pink eyeshadow. Now I'm going to put I think that's okay. I'm going to put a little bit more. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do that, and I'm gonna blend them together. Okay, I think the cheeks are pretty much done. Now I'm gonna go into the eyes, and I'm gonna use the P. Louise, with the aerial brush. So everywhere that this areas is what I set, and here I did put the setting powder, the Marc Jacobs, but I'm able to go on top of that with the Hourglass because this is like a setting powder as well, and it just makes everything look so like glowy. Okay, so I'm gonna go with lipstick now, and Patrick Ta has this new red lip gloss that's a plumping gloss, and it's red. So I pulled out some red things, a gloss and a red lipstick, and we are going to make that happen. Okay, but first, so I've seen some of the girls that have like a kind of like a brownish lip liner, and I'm going to use this from Morphe, and it's called Honeymoon. Actually, I should take some of this off. And this is like a mauve brown color shade of lip liner. I'll show you right here. Okay, and then so the girls on his Instagram have like a brownish lip like this, and I think this is like the perfect one. It must be like a dupe for one of the ones in his collection. But this from Morphe, Honey Moon, it's really nice. But you can use any other one. I think that this one, Pink Remix by One Size. Look at the size difference in this. And I've sharpened this several times. So this is like, and this is like $7, no more than 12. Now I'm gonna use a gloss. So I have two different glosses. This is a MAC gloss that I bought because somebody said it was fantastic. And you can mix it and make it look like any of the high-end, like you can mix any lip color and make it a gloss with this. And this is another one that is from the drugstore. This one is very, the MAC, I don't think I've used it much. I don't remember the formula of it, how it feels, but this one I have, and this is so high shine. This is the Essence lip gloss, and you can get this at the pharmacy, and it's like $4, and it's high shine. So I don't know which one to use, but and in terms of doing the, this is the NYX in Kitten Heels, and this is Sephora in #1. Maybe I'll do this one and this. Okay, I'm gonna try on the lower end. Yeah, this is a little, you can use any small brush, and the reason I'm using a brush and a small one is because I want it to be very precise, because we're only applying a little bit. Even that's too much. Yep, Patrick Ta. Okay, let me close this. Kitten Heels by NYX. Yep. Okay, now I'm gonna do the Essence. Ooh, Patrick, I don't need your stuff. I can save my coins and still get the look. Oh my God, look how shiny that lip gloss is. And I think I went too much now on the red. Yep. This is what Patrick has on his Instagram right now. Okay, now I'm going to go into eyes. Now this product for the eyebrows is absolutely necessary for me because that helps me with my eyebrows. I already have a backup for that product. It is fantastic. You need to get that if your eyebrows don't want to position the way you want them to. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Patrick Ta's #1 palette, the first one. And I think this palette is worth it if you want that. This palette will cover, I've talked about this palette several times on my channel. And oh, you know what? I'm going to do this. So this is just a Marcel, just a white or creamy pencil. And Patrick Ta has one of these. I'm not getting his. This is like from the drugstore and it costs like $7 maybe. Times are not that great here in North America. I mean, we have to be careful with our spending. So we are using what we have. This, every brand has this, one of these. This is a Canadian brand, Marcel, but NYX has some good ones. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this. Now, Patrick, when it comes to eyeshadow, Patrick is very minimal. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use my Chanel brush. And let me see. This is one of my collection items. And this is a fluffy one. And I'm going to go into this one right here because it looks like it's the perfect. I'm going to use this one and that one. And then I'm going to use this one because this one and that one look like the shimmers that he brought out in his new palette. I don't know if it's a holiday palette, but the one where the newest one he just dropped that has 2 blushes and some glitters, toppers, he said they are. Okay, so starting off with this one. And I'm going in the center here and just tapping it in, just depositing the shadow. Beautiful. I like this formula more than the recent one. If you have this palette, the first one, you probably don't need the second one. Now if you have the third one. If you have the first one, you might not need the third one. But if you only have the second one, then you could go for the third one would add something different to your collection. And I am pulling up over here instead of out. I might be going even more than Patrick Ta does. Okay, now with that same brush, I'm going to go into the darker one, into this one right here. Because the aim is to hide those hooded eyes. And just staying on the outer half. This look would be something that is very common from the third palette, but you can do it with the first one, with the older palette, so you don't need a third one. Now the second palette is mostly pink, so that gives you a totally different look than from this one and the third palette. Morphe, this is their pro-vegan brush, just on the edges. Bringing this down a little bit if I can. Yep. There we go. I'm going to go into the first color and just sweep this out a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to go into the white shimmer right here because I am curious if it's going to be the same. Yeah, I think this is like now applying that white shimmer on my eyes. Wait, I'm grabbing it with my finger. Oh yeah, that looks very much like what he's selling now. That's very party, very New Year's. These are just toppers, so you don't need that, darling. I'm gonna put some a little bit here. What's left? These are like shimmers, and this also, if you have this palette, the number one, Charlotte Tilbury, her newest collection for I think it's holiday collection. She's got browns like this mostly. She's got something like that and like these two. And then she's got shimmers like this. And the only thing missing is that pink. That pink. But I mean, if you have this blush, you can use that and put this on top and it'll be that pink shimmery. Okay, darling, here is the final look. I put eyelashes. Yep, that's it. I just added the eyelashes, and this is the final Patrick Ta look. What he has on his Instagram now with his new products, but I'm using old products that I have in my collection that I can recreate the same look. I don't need to go and purchase new stuff, especially now with the current economic situation of the world. We don't need to be adding stuff that we already have in our collection. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe, comment, let me know if you like this look.